Hi, I'm Octavia. For 18 years, I lived in the shadow of a ghost, my twin sister Olivia, who died during childbirth. Mom never let me forget it. Growing up, I thought all mothers kept their children at arm's length, saving their smiles for photo albums and their warmth for everyone else. Octavia, straighten that tablecloth. We have guests coming, Mom called from the kitchen, her voice carrying that familiar edge that meant inspection was imminent. I smoothed the fabric, checking for wrinkles. Done. Need help with anything else? Just stay out of the way. I don't want another disaster like Thanksgiving. She appeared in the doorway, eyeing my work with that perpetual disappointment. Your Aunt Patricia will be watching everything. Uncle Robert emerged from the living room, winking at me. Don't worry, kiddo. Your table looks perfect. Thanks, Uncle Rob. I gave him a genuine smile. He was one of the few people who saw me instead of who I wasn't. She needs to hear criticism to improve, Robert. That's how children learn. Mom's lips thinned as she returned to her cooking. Uncle Robert lowered his voice. Your mother's on edge because of the anniversary. The anniversary. 18 years since Olivia died and I survived. Every year, the weeks leading up to our birthday became a minefield of Mom's unpredictable moods and pointed comments. I know. I'm trying to stay invisible. You shouldn't have to, Octavia. The doorbell rang, announcing the arrival of Aunt Patricia and her husband, followed by my cousins and Mom's friends from her community committee. Soon our house filled with the buzz of conversation and the clink of glasses. Dinner went smoothly until Mom brought out the cake, decorated with 2 names. A toast, she said, raising her glass. To my beautiful daughters, one here with us and one watching from above. Everyone murmured appropriate sentiments while I stared at my plate, feeling the familiar hollow sensation in my chest. Uncle Robert squeezed my hand under the table. You okay? He whispered. Before I could answer, Aunt Patricia chimed in. Elaine, don't you think it's time to move forward? It's been 18 years. The room went silent. Mom's knuckles whitened around her glass. Move forward? Her voice was dangerously soft. From the death of my child? Would you move forward if you lost one of yours, Patricia? My cousin Emma, always tactless, added, But you still have Octavia, Aunt Elaine. Having Octavia doesn't replace Olivia. Mom's words sliced through the room. If the delivery hadn't been complicated by having twins, Olivia might still be here. I felt sick. She'd never said it so explicitly before, at least not in front of others. That's not fair, Elaine. Uncle Robert stood up. Octavia was a baby. She didn't... You don't understand, Mom snapped. None of you do. If I had just one healthy baby instead of complications from twins... Mom, please. My voice sounded small even to my own ears. Don't, Mom, please me. She turned on me, eyes blazing. You don't get to silence me about this. You've been silencing me your entire life just by being here when she's not. My chair scraped back as I stood. I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask for Olivia to die. The slap came so fast, I didn't see it coming. Her palm connected with my cheek with a crack that echoed in the sudden silence. I stumbled backward, catching myself on the wall as everyone froze in shock. Elaine! Aunt Patricia gasped. Mom stood there, hands still raised, looking horrified not at what she'd done, but that she'd done it publicly. Octavia, she started, but I was already running for the door, grabbing my jacket and keys as Emma called after me. Wait! Where are you going? I turned back to see the entire family watching from the dining room. Anywhere but here, I answered, my cheek burning as hot as my tears. She actually hit you? My best friend Maya stared as she handed me an ice pack in her kitchen. In front of everyone? I pressed it to my face. 18 years of blaming me, and she finally made it physical. Maya's mom, Mrs. Chen, set a mug of tea in front of me. Has this happened before? No. She's always been cold, critical, but never violent. My phone buzzed again, Mom's 12th call in the past hour. Mrs. Chen watched me ignore it. You should report this. What she did was assault. Who would believe me? You had what, 10 witnesses? Maya pointed out. As if summoned, my phone lit up with Uncle Robert's name. Octavia? Are you safe? Where are you? I'm at Maya's. I'm coming to get you. Not to your mother's, to my place. Patricia and I think you should stay with us. 20 minutes later, Uncle Robert joined us at the kitchen table. Your mother's spinning damage control, he explained, telling everyone you've always been difficult. Is anyone buying it? Maya asked. No, even Emma said it was completely unprovoked. Mrs. Chen leaned forward. Robert, has Elaine always blamed Octavia for her sister's death? He sighed heavily. Yes, she had a breakdown after the birth. She couldn't bond with Octavia. Kept saying she had the wrong twin. Why didn't anyone do anything? I asked, my voice breaking. We tried. Your grandfather threatened to cut her off financially if she didn't get help. She went to therapy briefly, then convinced everyone she was better. She'd learned to hide how she felt, from everyone except you. And now? Mrs. Chen asked. Now we have evidence she's abusive. Emotional abuse is harder to prove, but physical assault in front of witnesses? That's clear cut. She'll say I deserved it, I muttered. And 10 people will testify that you didn't, he countered, including Emma, who called me in tears about how she never realized how your mother treated you. Maya looked thoughtful. What about all those birthday cards Octavia made that her mom threw away? And the school events she skipped? Those establish a pattern, and I've kept copies of emails where I confronted Elaine about her treatment of you. My phone buzzed with a text from Emma. Hey, I'm so sorry. Mom and I will back you up as witnesses. Mom has videos of the whole thing. She was recording the birthday toast. I showed the message to everyone. Mrs. Chen nodded decisively. You have evidence, witnesses, and support. She looked me in the eye. What do you want to do, Octavia? For the first time, I knew exactly what I wanted. I want her to face consequences, real ones, not just family whispers and then business as usual. Uncle Robert squeezed my shoulder. Then that's what we'll make happen. 3 days later, I sat in Uncle Robert's living room, waiting. My stomach churned as a car pulled into the driveway. Remember, Aunt Patricia said, you don't have to do this if you've changed your mind. I haven't. My palms were sweaty, but my resolve remained firm. The doorbell rang. Uncle Robert answered it, his voice carrying down the hall. Yes, Elaine, she's here. But there are conditions to this conversation. Conditions? She's my daughter! A daughter you assaulted in front of witnesses. Mom appeared in the living room doorway, looking simultaneously defiant and diminished. Her eyes widened when she saw not just me, but Aunt Patricia, Emma, and our family lawyer, Mr. Greenberg. What is this? She demanded. Please sit down, Mrs. Mitchell, Mr. Greenberg said calmly. I want to speak to my daughter alone. That's not happening, I said, finding my voice. Not ever again, actually. She took a reluctant seat across from me. Octavia, you're blowing this out of proportion. I lost my temper once. Once? Emma interrupted. Aunt Elaine, I have 17 years of birthday videos where you barely acknowledge Octavia exists except to compare her to Olivia. Stay out of this, Emma, Mom snapped. No, I said firmly. Everyone's staying, because I'm done with your private cruelty that you hide from everyone else. Mr. Greenberg cleared his throat. Mrs. Mitchell, we have documentation of a long-standing pattern of emotional abuse, culminating in physical assault witnessed by multiple people and captured on video. Mom paled. Video? Aunt Patricia nodded. I record all our family gatherings, including your speech and what happened after. This is ridiculous, Mom sputtered. Robert, you're turning my own daughter against me. No, Elaine, you did that yourself, Uncle Robert replied evenly. Octavia, Mom turned to me, her expression softening in that calculated way I'd seen when she wanted something. Sweetheart, I was upset because of the anniversary. You know how hard that day is for me. For you? I stared at her incredulously. What about for me? Growing up knowing my own mother wished I had died instead of my sister? I never said that. You didn't have to. It was in every birthday celebration for Olivia while you ignored mine. Every school event you skipped. Every time you called me by her name, accidentally. I made mistakes, she admitted, tears forming. I was a single mother, grieving. You were a mother who had one child and treated her like she was nothing, I corrected. And now you want forgiveness because you finally got caught. Octavia, please. Her voice broke. I'm sorry, I truly am. I'll get therapy. We can heal our relationship. There is no relationship to heal. You made sure of that. What do you want from me? She demanded, the tears vanishing as quickly as they'd appeared. Mr. Greenberg interjected, My client is filing for emancipation, with documented financial abuse as supporting evidence. Financial abuse? I've provided for her every need. Except, Aunt Patricia cut in, the college fund from her grandparents that you've been accessing. Mom's face contorted. You ungrateful little... She half rose from her seat. Don't, warned Uncle Robert, stepping forward. There are witnesses here too, Elaine. She sank back down, breathing hard. Fine. Take the money, take whatever you want. But you'll regret turning against your only parent. My only parent? I laughed bitterly. I never had a parent. I had a jailer who punished me for a crime I didn't commit. For the crime of being alive. This isn't over, Mom threatened, standing. You're a minor. The courts won't side with you. Actually, said Mr. Greenberg, given the evidence and Octavia's age of 18 as of 3 days ago, the courts are very likely to grant her petition. And the assault charges... Assault charges? Mom's voice rose. You're pressing charges against me? I met her gaze steadily. Yes. Yes, I am. The courtroom felt smaller than it had looked on TV. 6 months had passed since that birthday dinner. And finally, here we were. The end of the legal process. All rise, the bailiff called as the judge entered. Mom sat with her lawyer across the aisle, not looking at me. She'd fought the charges every step of the way, but the video evidence, witness testimonies, and financial records had created an ironclad case. After the judge delivered her verdict, guilty on charges of assault and financial exploitation of a minor, Mom's lawyer requested a moment to speak with the judge privately. They returned minutes later. Mrs. Mitchell has agreed to the terms of the settlement, the judge announced. The court grants the petition for full emancipation. Case dismissed. Outside the courthouse, Maya hugged me tightly. It's finally over. Not quite, I murmured, seeing Mom approaching with her lawyer. Uncle Robert moved protectively closer. Elaine, I need to speak with Octavia, she said, her voice subdued. Alone. That's not happening, Maya declared. Mom looked older, somehow diminished. Please, just for a moment. I hesitated, then nodded. It's okay. I'll meet you at the car. When they'd moved a few yards away, Mom spoke. The money will be transferred to your account by tomorrow, all of it. Is that all you wanted to tell me? No. She twisted her hands together. I want you to know I'm getting help. Real help this time. Grief counseling, therapy, support groups. Good for you. And I'm sorry. Truly sorry. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. You're right. You don't. Her face crumpled. Octavia, please. You're my daughter. My only child. I don't want to lose you too. You never had me, Mom. You made sure of that every day of my life. People can change, she insisted. I've learned that I've been punishing you for something that was never your fault. If you could just give me one more chance. No. The word came out clear and firm. I'm not interested in being your redemption story. My life starts now, without you in it. You don't mean that, she whispered. What about in a year? 5 years? I looked at her directly, seeing for the first time not the towering figure of my nightmares, but just a broken woman who'd wasted 18 years on misplaced blame. Maybe someday I'll be able to have a conversation with you without feeling sick to my stomach. But don't wait for it. Don't contact me. Don't send birthday cards. Consider me the daughter you lost. I turned and walked away, feeling her eyes on my back but not looking back. Uncle Robert and Maya waited by the car with Aunt Patricia and Emma. How do you feel? Maya asked gently. I took a deep breath of the spring air. Free. Like I can finally start living. Emma looped her arm through mine. So what's next? College in the fall? Yes. And this summer, I'm going to do all the things she never let me do. Learn to swim, get my hair dyed blue, eat ice cream for breakfast. Uncle Robert laughed. That sounds like a good start. As we drove away, I watched the courthouse shrink in the rearview mirror. 18 years of being blamed for simply existing ended in a single court ruling. Do you think you made the right choice? Aunt Patricia asked softly. Rejecting her apology? I considered the question. Some things can't be fixed with sorry. Some broken things stay broken. I looked out at the road ahead. But that doesn't mean I have to stay broken too. In the car mirror, I caught a glimpse of my reflection. Just me, Octavia, no ghost twin haunting my features. Just me, finally allowed to exist on my own terms. Have you ever had to cut someone toxic out of your life to save yourself? Was it worth it? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories of personal triumph and healing.